Hey, what's up, Mr. Rashad? Antonio. We out of Westeros back again. And man, this is House of the Dragon, season 2, episode number 4. The what's it, the red dragon and the gold?
Yeah, the red dragon and the gold.
All spoilers, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Tony with a new background. Vacation Tony. We appreciate his perseverance to be a an amazing co-host on the show, even during his downtime. You know what I'm saying? We thank you.
I wasn't gonna miss this one, dude. I actually couldn't miss
Yeah.
this one at all.
Nah, yo. So this right here, man, it's the episode we've been waiting for. So here we go. We got basically like really two stories. We
Yeah.
got Daemon at the castle, you know what I'm saying? And then we got
Mm.
everybody else getting ready for war. Let's do a Daemon first. So
Okay.
Daemon is still back at
Weekend.
yeah.
Week.
Yeah, Daemon is still back at Harrenhal, you know what I'm saying, aka Castlevania. And he is being shivered in his timbers. I mean, your man can't get no sleep. He really out here trying his best to make it. He is going, yo, your man is still having these lucid dreams, which he
Yeah.
is trying his best to get a hold of, and he not having a good time. I mean, he's seeing somebody walking past his door.
You know what it is? He doesn't know whether he's asleep or he's awoke. Awake. That's what he doesn't know. He's like, am I awake or am I sleeping? And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's I mean,
yeah,
shout out to Queen Millie Alcock. We see another cameo of her again.
yeah, yeah,
And Damon
yeah.
and like Damon, what was he was like in the throne room, only with the iron. He was in the
Yes.
and he was at the Red Keep at the throne room, and he's like walking, and it's you see the little statue of Viserys off to the side, and you see young Rhaenyra, little Millie, and she's talking to him. You can tell it's Valerian, but it's muffled. High Valerian, but it's muffled. And he's like, "What are you saying? What is going?" Which is even more funny for something else that happens later on in this episode. He's like, "What are you saying? This and that," and she's basically like reading him for filth again, like
Mm-hmm.
just telling him about himself, saying that like my your brother loved me more than he loved you, but I'm like, yeah, of course, you his daughter, saying you his daughter, all this stuff, and he snaps and he decapitates Rhaenyra, young Rhaenyra.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of that, young Rhaenyra head is still talking cash trash. Like, yeah, yeah, what? You ain't nothing. And he's just like, he's off his rocker, man. He's losing it, man, for real.
Yeah, and the funny thing too, she was like, "Oh, I knew you was gonna do this the whole time. Like I knew you wanted the throne. I was just waiting for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's real
Mm-hmm.
funny just seeing basically his inner thoughts being shown to the what's I'm looking for here. His inner thoughts being shown to the audience like that because he's going through it in a way that's almost like it's it's wild. And I'm trying to figure out if he is even going to have the faculty to really kind of go through the whole thing because remember he was talking to the council, right?
Yeah.
Even when he was talking to the council, he was tripping. Because even before that, he was talking to he was messing around, walking and walked to your old what's that river chick name? You know what I'm saying?
Alice Rivers.
Yeah,
I think it's Alice Allison. It's not. I think it's Alice Rivers. Yeah.
yeah. Talking to her, and she's like basically was being like a little like a little prophet to her. He's like, oh, come here, come here, come here, come here. I know what's wrong with you. You ran from your wife. You got in an argument. Hold on. And what else I see? I see you you really want the throne too. And I see that you're angered and you're upset. And you came here thinking you was going to do something. You know what I'm saying?
She basically told that dude, she was like, yeah, you ran away from your wife. You came here with your dragon to take Harrenhal, and now you're trying to raise your own army for like a claim to the throne. And
Yeah.
he was just like, you don't know me. It was like, you don't know. Meanwhile, she is doing some of the most disgusting stuff she's like grinding up like some type of meat, blood. She's licking blood off her fingers and grinding stuff up.
Was it
And
me
then
or did she cut her
listen,
hand? Did she cut her hand at one point?
she may have. I don't know.
It looked like it, yo. I could have
Yo,
just slit and put her blood in the thing. She was like,
because Damon was like, "Oh, you a bastard," and she's like, "Oh, have a conversation with me. You say something nicer." And then he called her a witch, and she's like, "Ouch!" Like she's like really playing in his face, and he doesn't know. But this is the most weird shit ever. She makes a drink of some type of concoction, and man, I love Damon. Damon's my favorite character on the show. My guy, why are you drinking this? After seeing her lick blood off her fingers and she's like, drink this. I'd have been like, lady, if you don't get the hell away from me with this daggone rat piss stew, whatever you've given me. And he sits there and he drinks it. And like earlier in that scene, like probably a few hours, probably a days earlier, he had met with one of the Grover Tully's grandson. Grover Tully is is the descendant of Cat Tully, who is now Catelyn Stark in the OG series. But his descendant, he meets the grandson. The grandson,
yeah.
and like he's like, "Yo, what you doing here?" He was like, "Yeah, my grandfather not doing good. He just opens his eyes and drink like milk of the poppy to stay cool." And he's like, "So you're the heir?" And he's like, "Yeah." This dude, Daemon, says, "Why don't you put a pillow over your grandsire's face so you can expedite this, becoming?" And the kid was like, I love my grandsire and stuff." And he's like, "He's no use to me. He says, where?" He says, "You got the Blackwoods and I don't even know who's declared for who." And oh man, Harwin Strong's great uncle is still there, and he's like, "It's the Blackwoods." He's like, "Yeah, I need to get some Blackwoods in here because at least they can make a decision. They fight. Man, get this little kid out. Get this little kid out." He basically told this little boy, "Hey man, go kill your grandfather so we can hurry this up and you become Lord of the Riverlands, and you can call your banners and they're gonna have to come under you, whatever." And
He
and
said,
then
he said, smother your grandfather. And he was like, but I love my grandfather. Like my dad died and he basically raised me. Their name was like, man, get your little punk ass out of here. I need some men of action.
Yeah. Right. He says, "At least I know the bracket." He said, "At least I know the Blackwoods. They ready to spill blood." And then that's when after that Alice Rivers gave Daemon a concoction saying, "Hey, it's gonna help you sleep better." That thing ain't helped that man sleep better. That thing had him tweaking harder than what he was because he's meeting with a Blackwood, but he's looking at the servant girl and he thinks the servant girl is his ex-wife Lyanna Velaryon.
Bro, he's in the meeting like,
He's in the meeting like,
who is that beautiful black lady right there?
"Who's that beautiful black? She reminds me of somebody.
I know that ain't my wife."
Is that my Lily?"
And then when it reveals to be just a plain face servant girl, he's like, "Oh shoot."
Yeah, you're right.
I know he was like, "Yo, what is in this drink, yo?" Like she got me off that daggone. What's the credit that they used to drink back in college? Now
with the Incredible Hulk, the Hypnotic.
No. That's still reserved.
To a lamb, Shout out to 211. You know who you are. People that watch this know who 211 is that we went to school with. I ain't seen 211 in years.
Nasty drunk, but Daemon was there. He was gone, man. So yeah.
But you know who that Blackwood was, right?
Yes, I do. It's your boy.
So that's our boy from season 1, the little man that killed the Bracken dude. He done grown up now, and he's like,
shout out to him. Was like, hey man, like I was there, yo. Like I really wanted to be with your wife. Like you realize that, right? Like I wanted her. And like he almost like, it looks like I got my chance again now. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was like, she really had the blood of the dragon. He said, she was a fiery one. I think that's what it was. That's what and you know what? I can understand. As a man, I can understand. I'm pretty sure you can, Rashad. There might have been a young lady back in the day. I get
to shoot my shot again.
I don't know what. There was that young lady. I was like, there's been a young lady in my life. I was like, I don't know what it is about her, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he was really shooting his shot, but Daemon was tweaking. He was like, I'll help you with the Brackens if you join my cause. What? I need to go to sleep, bro. Daemon, I need to go to sleep, my guy. Like Daemon,
what the day is?
Right? He was like, I need to get out of here, yo. I don't know what is going on. That man's
some smelling salt, yo. Like, yo, what? Wake up, bro. But yeah, that's Daemon. So Daemon's basically
that's Daemon's art,
and he's trying to figure out if he's Christopher Williams or not. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Yeah, yo, he's definitely Christopher Williams right now. That man is so I'm dreaming. I'm sorry. All right, so this next part, I'm just gonna do this in order because it really works out. So,
I want to go to King's Landing first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Greens first.
Okay,
Tony.
You ho.
So we got Alicent with the Grand Maester, who has probably the
Grand
best
Maester Orwell.
Grand Maester Orwell with the best black job ever. You know what I'm saying? He's probably been given Alicent that Westerosi Plan B for about a good year now, so
right.
So he's like, hey man, just make sure you tell him that it's kind of rough. It's gonna be rough on the stomach. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, he said, hey, I got a question for you. And he's like, well, here we go. She's like, hey, man, you knew my dad, right? He's like, yeah, Viserys was a cool guy. You know
Viserys, my boo, my husband, stab back.
I knew Viserys. She said, hey, so do you think that he would have wanted Aegon as king? Did he ever say anything to you? And he was like, hey, the king ain't say nothing to me about none of that.
So first of all, this Grandmeister, he knew the answer already, but he want to keep his standing. She asked him that, he went, it was that pause. He said his grace never had those discussions with me. Basically, he was like, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
I'm keeping my black job. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's don't even like me on council right now too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my black job. Simple as that. It was just, and she was just like, okay. He knew the answer. He like, hell no, that man ain't never say nothing about your stupid ass son becoming the daggone king.
Nah, he's not. He ain't fit to be a person, let alone a king. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
Nah, not at all.
And the thing is, when she came in there, he came in there, she was like, he had it covered up and everything, and he was like, I brewed it myself. When he said I brewed it myself, I was like, you whore. That's all I kept saying about Alicent. And then she was like, thank you. I'll make sure the recipient gets it. And he's like, Yeah, you playing in my face right now, lady. I know this is definitely for you, but yeah, you tell whoever's gonna be, it's gonna be kind of like you
He
said,
like
rough on the stomach.
I've heard the moans because these walls do talk because it's a
Right,
concrete
right,
building. Ain't no insulation
yeah,
over
right,
here.
right. Bouncing
Anyway,
all over the
yeah,
sound,
yeah,
bouncing
yeah,
all over the
yeah.
place.
Bouncing around,
So,
bouncing around. Go ahead.
so, so then our boy, uh, Luscious Lucius, a few hours later, once again he knocks on the. Here's the thing, you see, we're gonna get to where Lucius was, but Alicent a few hours later is on her knees by the fireplace, taking some hot rocks and wrapping it up in a towel.
But you trying to get
And
some
there's a
relief?
knock on right. Not there's a knock on the door, and you just hear and you hear the disgust in her voice, like "Come in, like dang, come in. Who, what?" And then who is it? It's old Lucius Left Foot Larys, and he's like, "Your Grace." He's like, "Your Grace, you know, I heard of your affliction that you had, and you missed the small council meeting, and I want to just come in and check on you." She was like, "Yeah, I kind of indulged a little too much on the pie from dinner last night. Yeah, my stomach kind of messed up." So she's taking these rocks that were in the fireplace that warmed up, and she wrapped it up in these like blanket towel type thing, and she's pressing it on her stomach to try to get some relief from drinking that Westerosi Plan B tea that the maester has sent her, and she's sitting there holding the rocks on her stomach, talking about so I had a bad pie last night. I indulged too much on pie last night. I bet you did, ma'am. I bet you did. I know Kristen Cole may have indulged too much on some pie. I
Yeah,
bet.
you
So
indulge too
she
much
holding
on
the hot,
some yams. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So she holding the hot rocks on her stomach, and then Larys looks down and her. No, this is where Alicent isn't as smart as she thinks she is. If that's me, after I drink that Westerosi Plan BT, I am discarding of that daggone cup because the cup, the little thing it comes in, has looked the same every season of every show dealing with Game of Thrones we see. She leaves it right there on the table, and Lucius Left Foot looks down and is like, "Oh, okay." Like I
And then
know
he like,
that
and
you
then he
did.
like, he's like, it's so strong he can smell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. He like, mm, damn. Like because you saw when she drank it down, she was like, that's one of sometimes you get that medicine and doctor be like, hey, just swallow it, yo. Don't try to, because if you taste it and you smell it, they could just chug it on down. And he's talking to her, and he's letting her know like, hey, yeah, you missed the small council, girl. You missed some good stuff at the small council meeting right here. He was like, yeah, Christian Cole and your son Aemond basically they running this whole thing in front of Aegon's face, and Aegon is spiraling because he's pissed that no one is keeping him in the loop of what's going on. And she's like, well, Christian Cole's the hand, doing this or what have you. In the meantime, earlier in the small council meeting, Aegon is losing it. What? What's going on here? Ain't nobody telling me nothing. What's the problem? I need to know. I'm the king. He was starting to give Joffrey vibes of I am the king. The only thing is that the big difference between for me, Joffrey and Aegon the second is Joffrey talked a good game of I want to be down, but when it's time for rubber to meet that road, he was not here for it. Aegon talks that game, and he's like, I don't care how ill prepared I am, I'm ready to jump in there. And he jumps. You know what I'm saying? He don't jump. He dives. He like dives head first into a 2 foot water, 2 foot pool or whatever. And so in the meeting, Aemond it's basically like, hey, yeah, we taking we going here to Rook's Rest. Cole is sacking certainly. We built our army up. And Aegon's like, Rook's Rest? The hell we want with Rook's Rest? I want Harrenhal back, damn it. Give me Harrenhal. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Me and Cole, he was like, you and Cole been talking behind my back about this? And like, you see the other king, you see the other men in the small council just sitting there looking like, God, I hate my job. I gotta sit.
You ain't discuss this before the meeting?
Right. They just sitting and like, and Tylan, he's the one that looks so disgusted, like, I hate my job. This dude had his son tell his son to use me as a pony. You know, I'm trying to get money together for this war. And these two brothers sitting here arguing about pointless stuff. There's no type of strategy going on whatsoever. And so the next thing you know, like Aegon snaps and he's barking at Aemond, and Aemond is so cool. He just sits back and Aemond just starts talking high Valyrian. And he is, as they say in the hood, he is reading Aegon for filth. He was like, well, you were too busy holding courts. You were too busy going to the brothels. You was doing this. Me and Christian, he's saying all this to him in High Valyrian. And you got the other small council member just sitting there looking like, you know what it's like? A family like, you know, say, let's say a black family, and somebody in the family marries someone, let's just say Hispanic, Puerto Rican, or Mexican, or whatever, and they start talking to each other in Spanish, and everybody just sitting there looking like, the hell they saying? Are they talking about me? Or whatever. And it was great because Aemond was speaking perfect High Valyrian, everything that he was supposed to do, told, hey, this is what we're going to do. If you got any ideas, Your Grace, and he's saying this in High Valyrian, you tell me. Aegon is such an idiot. He can't even be a Targaryen, right? This dude, High Valyrian, was he basically talked to him. He said, in so many words, this is what he basically would have sounded like.
No. Matter of fact, I can tell you. He said, I can have to make a war.
Right. I can have to make a war. Oh my God. I said, what? I had to rewind that like 5 times to be like, am I reading stupid or whatever?
Nah, I was like, yo, it goes back to just Aemond being better suited, like he said last season, to Christian. He was like, look, yo, I'm gonna learn it. I've been learning the languages. I'm fit to be king. That little bastard, he got what he at right now, hiding in the city drunk. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go find him so we can install him to be king. Yeah. So
he was just like, and then he was just like, basically, this is what he sounded like to me. I will make a whoa, boss. That's what I supposed to do, boss. I supposed to make a whoa. I will make some whoa, boss. That's basically what he was saying in High Valyrian. And it's just crazy that everyone knows what type of idiot he's stupid. Everybody knows what type of idiot that Aegon is. Aemond even told him about the idiots that he put on the king, Demetrius, Cooper, and Brett. He was he said, you don't put your imbecile friends on the king's guard. And the dude was back there adjusting his collar, looking all stupid. And he's just so pissed off.
Because think about it, because even before that, the first time they met, like he was basically there like, yo, you guys bore me. And then dipped.
Yeah.
Like, this is the king's affairs, and you just thinking because it ain't fun or it isn't exciting that you can't, it's beneath you, but like you're not even really, again, never fit to be king. Going back to Alicent, right? So after the meeting's over and all that good stuff, he cried like a little hoe again. And Alicent says,
wait a minute. Before that, let's talk, before we get to that.
Oh, go ahead.
Alicent is so hell-bent to find out about the prince that was promised prophecy. She's trying to look, she's looking through all the books. She's scouring all the books. Because even she had the books out for when Larys was in there, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had a love for the history, like your husband did." She was like, yeah, I
You
did.
know, I
I
kind of got it from him. You know what I'm saying?
kind of got it. So this is another thing to show the ineptitude of King's Landing. I know she's the Dowager Queen, but she's able to go into the King's quarter, and she's looking, and he goes in there and was like, "Hey, what you doing in here?" And she's like, "Where your father's books at?" "Man, I got rid of them things." And she was like, "All this knowledge, centuries of." He says, "I ain't say I burnt them. I just said I got rid of them." What the what? What? Also, too, it's very subtle. You see the ineptitude of Cooper, Brett, and Demetrius. Did you notice it? He
Yeah.
tells them to leave the room. Some dudes bump into each other like 3 times.
Yes.
I said, "Oh my
They
God!"
are
I said,
literally bumbling fools. You know what I'm saying? Like,
"Yeah." I was like, "Yo, this is like daggone the Three Stooges. They really are idiots." And so then Alicent, she proceeds to read Aegon for filth. Aegon is like, "Mother, but nobody's listening to me." Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, "Look here, I ran this kingdom
he said, no,
when
no,
your
no. Before he even
daddy."
said it, he said, what should I do, Mom? Like going, like really earnestly going to his mother for advice.
Approval.
You know what I'm saying? And definitely approval. And Alicent ain't about to give no son of hers approval at all. Don't care nothing about them boys. You know what I'm saying? Just like she didn't care about that boy who died, her grandson. Only person she care about in this joint is Helena. Everybody else can go to hell.
Yeah. She told this dude, "Look here, I ran this kingdom when your father his health was bad and basically on his deathbed. Your grandfather, Otto Hightower, is one of the most cunning men. She was like, but you got rid of him." She says, "Look here, you should be coming to us for advice. You should be coming to us for advice. But no, you ain't want to do that because you want to prove a point." My man says, "Well, what would you have me do, mother?" It was like, "Be a king. Do nothing." I said, "Yep." And then on top of that, when he was being insolent towards her, she said the line again. He's heard 2 episodes in a like 3 episodes in a row. Like, you don't know what was done to put you on this throne. He's heard this from Otto. He's heard this from Alicent. He's basically heard this from Aemond too. "Dude, Aegon, you are worthless, my guy. You smile, look pretty, and let the adults try to run this war. Let this war for you." But
yeah,
we will find out later on that this dude,
because basically he does what he wanted to do last episode. You know what I'm saying? Which was grab his fresh Valerian Valerian steel suit.
He said, "Shoot, I'm wearing the Conqueror's crown. I might as well wear his armor too, baby. I got Blackfire. Let's go." It took Larys to be, and his boys are sitting there like, "Yeah,
looking good, baby. Looking good. Looking good. Ready for war.
Ready for war."
You about to kill him with a dragon.
And Larry's sitting there like, "Y'all, good Jesus Christ." It's just so funny how everyone has realized, yeah, this might have been a bad idea. We should have
this was the worst idea.
The worst idea ever. And I mean, that's pretty much everything going on King and King's Land. Alicent even because remember she said something to him, and he said, "Watch your tongue." She said, "What you gonna do?" She said, "What you gonna do? Who gonna check me, boo?"
Yes.
Said, "You gonna hang me?" She said, "You gonna hang me like your rat catchers?" I said, "Yo, they are on this boy. They on this boy neck this episode. They've been giving him hell, but they are." Yeah, they're giving this boy hell or whatever.
Nah, for real.
Also, let's not forget that he's still kind of mourning the loss of his son, and they still stepping on this boy's throat.
Yo, I said, look, man, like, yo, your son is dead, yo. Move on. Like, we don't have time to grieve. We are medieval. This is a medieval show. Kids die, as Helena said, kids die all the time. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't highborn.
To quote Rico from Paid in Full, people die every day, B.
Oh,
every day, B.
People die every day, B. All right, yo.
One of the truest but yet heartless comments ever said.
Nah. That was real. It's too real, matter of fact. So over to Team Black. All right. I'm gonna go talk about the Valerians first. So we have we got Rhaenys rolling up, everybody's bowing, yada yada, and then she bumps into Alan, you know what I'm saying? And he looking at her like, damn, you look like your daddy. And then she's talking like, oh, so I heard you was the no, first he's like, oh, my lady. She was like, I'm princess.
She said, let's keep up with the formalities here.
Yeah. So he's like, my grace. So she been knew, you know what I'm saying? Because she's like, hey, you look. I know your mom must have been bad for Corlys to come and get with her.
That.
Yes.
She said that too.
Your
because remember, you saw how she touched his face.
Cupped that boy face.
Cupped that face and was like, and she was like, oh, so
I know you.
I hear you're the one. You're the one that pulled them.
Yeah, say my husband's life. And he, here he go. Oh, just all in the day's work.
All the day's work. That's my lord.
As she's talking or whatever, here come Corlys is like, hey, woman, what you doing over here? It's like, you finish your work? He's like, oh no,
that was the realest thing ever. He was like, he said, are you done with your job, son? He was like, no, get the hell out of here. You got it. And then he looks at Rhaenys like, hey, baby, how you doing?
Why are you coming to my job trying to start stuff today? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And she said, look, he should be treated. Why you ain't tell me? Yeah, you already know. You ain't tell me that's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Literally saved your life. And he's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't, and him, like a typical guy, I didn't really think it would make a difference. You know what I'm saying? It just was a matter of, it's semantics. So she's like, nah, yo, I know who he is. I know what he's done, and he should be recognized for that. And he says, okay, we're going to come a little closer to this corner. I'm going to turn back to him. Go ahead.
Pause real quick. You know who could learn from her? Catelyn Tully. Catelyn Tully.
Yeah.
Treated Jon Snow like pure teen trash.
Sent that bastard to the wall.
You want to know what's even worse, though, Rashad? In the book, she treated him even worse. In the book. And dude, like I couldn't believe it. I'm listening to the audiobook of this. I was like, yo, Catelyn, you are effing horrible treating this boy. Because even Rhaenys said, she was like, yo, like, it's not his fault. Like, basically, he here, like, my dude, like, you must have saw his mama. This boy mama must have been bad as hell for you to cheat on this Targaryen, for this dragon woman, Targaryen right here. And like you said, Corlys like, hey, come on over here. She's like, did you come to my job to cause all this problem talking about that? She like, look here, yo. She said, look here, yo. Our granddaughter has said, hey, you need to get back here to Dragonstone. Rhaenyra gone, and these old white men are ready to go to war.
Yeah.
And I need your help. And then he's like, all right. And so we cut to a scene where they're in the war council. I can't think of those guys' names that are on her, say her council. But Jacaerys is there with Baela. Baela is like, look here, this is what we got, this is what we know, blah, 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 blah. And then that one dude who's been a dick the whole time on that council. If you would have burnt Criston Cole from the beginning, we wouldn't be having this problem. And Baela, in all her Targaryen glory, lets you know that she is not only just a Targaryen, she is the daughter of Daemon Targaryen. She said, well, next time you have a dragon and it happens, you do that then. And this is just funny. He ain't say, and then you see Rhaenys like, just sitting there laughing like stupid, like and like that. And then too, once again, so far, the best to me couple that's been on the show has been Corlys and Rhaenys as far as
By
couple.
far.
You know who's coming in at number 2 for me right now? Jacaerys and Baylor.
Yeah,
Because when
yeah.
she got back
Jason,
over there and
yeah.
he reached over there and helped, because he said, "Have you heard from your father?" And she was like, "No, I haven't." And you saw him reach over and hold her hand and stuff that, like, "Baby, don't worry about it. He say something else, it's gonna be a problem, whatever." So yeah, I really appreciate those little small things that's happening in the show where you see their relationship, how their relationship and the bond they have, going back
Yeah.
to the episode when they was at the crossbow. And they're sitting there, and Rhaenys is, and like they're all like, "Well, where she's at, she needs to do this, blah 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 blah." And Rhaenys is like, "Look, she's probably trying to stop whatever's, before we get out of hand here. She's trying to stop this." And I put this on Facebook. I said, "Dragon on dragon warfare is the equivalent of nuclear warfare." And
Yeah.
and she was trying her best to make sure we weren't going to have a global nuclear war right
Uh-huh.
now in Westeros or whatever. And these guys ain't trying to hear it. They just like, "Hey, send our nukes over there and burn these dudes, burn these dudes up or whatnot." And this is a big argument. And then who comes in? Corlys comes in,
Yo.
protect his woman. What the hell going on here? He said, "What happened to this damn council?" They shut up because the dude got mad. He was like, "What gives you the right, Rhaenys, to think you can say that she ain't make you hand of the
You ain't the hand of the queen.
you ain't the hand of the queen or whatever?" And she was like, "This dude," and then that's when Corlys came in and was like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, "Yo, I know you ain't talking to my wife crazy like that. Like, you need to
Yeah.
you need to relax."
And this is the second
And
time he made an entrance at Dragonstone like that and kind of set everything straight. He did the same thing the first season
yeah, right.
too.
Right. Did the same thing in the first season. So they're talking. It's like, "Hey, we just got to wait to see what she wants to do because she is the queen." In the meantime, she finally does show up because what we didn't talk about, we saw was that Christian Cole, his army has started to mass more people from the Riverlands. You saw that the Duskendale, if I'm not mistaken, Dirkland, House Dirkland, basically tried to fight him off and was like, "No." And the Lord of Dirkland basically read Christian Cole for filth. He was like, "Man, you trash, you kingmaker." I said, "Yo,
Kingmaker.
we got on the, we didn't had in the Game of Thrones pantheos a King Slayer, a Kingmaker, and a Kinslayer, all up in this dang old thing."
Uh-huh.
And so, and so Rhaenyra arrives and she's like, "Yo, what's going on?" They're like, "Hey, yo, Christian Cole got this army. He's already taken this. He took an Dunklin or whatever like that." And then her Kingsguard dude was like, "Oh snap, that's my house." Like, "Yo, my father okay?" And it was like, "Yo, he was loyal to the end. He was loyal to the end." And they cut his head off, and you saw him wince like, like that. And they were all like, "Hey, man, we need to do something. We need to send the dragon to prove a point because they're heading towards Rook Rest." And it was like, that's where, one of our council members, that's the guy, he said he had to go home to start getting stuff ready. And they're heading towards Rook's Rest. And she was like, "Fine." They was like, "Where you been at?" First of all, Jacaerys,
That
my
boy,
man.
he's really itching for a fight. I mean, like
First of all,
he
even before that, "Where have you been?" I said, "No, the hell you didn't question your mama where she been at or whatever." And she was like, "Look, I went to go talk to Alicent. And he read her. Hey man." So this is the one thing I think Rhaenyra is really screwing up with. She really needs to have a hand of the queen or whatever to let that person know, "Hey, what's going on?" If you don't want to tell everybody else, and at least that person can, kind of curtail the rest of the council and stuff. Her
yeah.
just going off and not saying nothing, and she missing for days and stuff.
Yeah, that was
And they were
I thought
right.
she told somebody, yo. Like, yeah, that was crazy.
Right.
You
And her
just like,
son,
I'll
her
be back.
son was right. Like, her son was right. Like, yo, they could have caught you. Like, we would have never knew anything. This and that. And if you died, and like,
why are we even
there's no
doing any of
course of
this?
action. Why are we even doing this? And she's like, well, look, I had to make sure. She's like, look, it's been 80 years of peace between my grandfather, between my great grandfather, Jacaerys, Jaehaerys, to my my father. I had to make sure, what I'm saying, the 80 years of peace, that this was this can't be fixed before we break that 80 years of peace or whatever. And it was
this
like,
is, this is my last resort.
right. And she was like, yo, we gonna send a dragon to Rook's Rest. Your boy, I'll go. Let's go. She was like, absolutely not.
No, sir.
Sit your little tail.
You ain't your little dragon. Shut up. All right. She was like,
right.
no,
You and your little
well,
dragon, shut up.
I'll go. And and then it was like, no, stupid. You cannot go. You are the queen.
It was like, okay, Aegon, sister, stop it.
Yeah. Cool out,
Aegon, sister. Chill out.
You are Aegon, sister. Calm down. So and then Rhaenys was like, man, it gotta be me. It gotta be.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah. I have the next illustrious dragon, and
and I'm the only one that's seen.
Yeah, I seen battle because I'm really about that life. And y'all not. The next biggest dragon is Vermithor. He's still downstairs, just chilling. So ain't nobody claiming him yet. I can't wait to see who claim him. But yeah,
I just want to say that if Daemon was there, they probably would have sent Daemon, because he's really the
Daemon would have did the plan that he wanted from last week when Rhaenys came in tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna just jump Vhagar.
We're gonna jump Vhagar.
We gonna run that. We not gonna give Vhagar no fair one. We about to run him that fade with two of us. So So she ends up agreeing to go. You know what I'm saying? And she flies over to Rook's Run. So we're at Rook's Run.
And also, in the process of that, Rhaenyra is finally realizing what she should have done a long time ago. She's telling Jacaerys about the Song of Ice and Fire. She's like, look here, she said, when you was named the heir, I should have told you this. Ain't no time like right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you. And she's letting them know about, this is bigger. This is bigger than just me being a Targaryen has to be on the throne or whatever. I know about this, Aegon's dream, the Conqueror's dream, and all that. And in that process, I like the flashing between her telling Jacaerys the story, and then you see Rhaenys, like they're bringing Meleys out, and she's like consoling, and you see they're bonding, and she's like, one more battle. She says, one more battle, old friend. And then in the meantime, you see Aegon at King's Landing, like, damn it, they're gonna respect me. He says, screw it, and he's getting his armor put on, and you see him bonding with his dragon, like, yeah, we about to go kill some blacks. We got to burn some stuff and kill some blacks. And then we get rain, and then we see Christian Cole and his hosts coming up on Rook's Rest, and it's not even it's a small hole. It's like a medium-sized hole fast. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like a castle for real.
Nah.
And they're holding, and they're really kind of
by the sea.
Right. And they're kind of holding their own for a while, but it's still an army of what? I think they said like 3,000, like they got like 5,000 or something, 3,000, 5,000.
They was collecting people along the way. You know what I'm saying?
On the way.
It was on some real, what's the lead with that vampire movie that she was in? It was like Join Me or Die. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was with them, because they was killing a lot of people. A lot of people was like, we shall bend the knee and fight for the for Aegon.
And then Rhaenys shows up, and this is what I want to say. For those of y'all who have been watching this show, y'all was just like, man, I thought this the Dance of the Dragons. I thought we were gonna see dragon on dragon warfare every episode. This and that. Dragons and this and that. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? To quote R&B artist Cisco, Y'all really gonna make me unleash the dragon. And I will
Yo,
and I will proceed to say that every episode we get some good dragon battles. Y'all really gonna make me unleash the Do you really wanna see me? Yes, we do. And
hey,
the dragons were unleashed.
because this was the best dragon action pause that we have
Mm-hmm.
seen, period. Again, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One, this is a daytime fight.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Two, it's not just like when in like the older season, like in the OG series when she would get on what's the one she would get on all the time? Viserion.
Drogon.
She get on
Drogon.
Drogon all the time and just burn people up. No.
Mm-hmm.
It was some real legitimate action going on. And like I was very happy. Okay, let's just talk about this. All right. So
Okay.
also,
Rhaenyra.
back when, like, back after Kristen Cole killed that man's dad, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got a raven sent to him, and the message ended up being from Aemond,
Mm-hmm.
because Aemond is, again, Kristen Cole and Aemond. This episode was like the daggone Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan meme. You know what I'm saying? Like they was in their bag, y'all. I can't even lie. Like they was really. I
Yeah.
haven't got a green shirt on. This is all happenstance. Like they
Mm-hmm.
really was doing a thing this episode because
They had a
as
plan and they were executing it
they were there,
until.
because you can see, like, this is all after the fact I figured this out. Because before, like, I'm like, yo, he is really Son and Gwen, because Gwen is like, what's going on? And man, he's like,
Uh-huh.
yo, chill. This is a
Harrenhal is
dragon.
west.
And he was like,
Bro, he
man,
said Harrenhal is west. Why are we going? Why are we going northeast? What is going on here?
he said,
And then
yeah,
the
because
dragon came.
so then, Melise come, she started, clearing the path, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
then we see her, and then we see what she goes like, oh yeah, the plan worked out. And then they you know what I'm saying, they sound the horn for the other people from the other side to come in on the back as a diversion. And
Mm-hmm.
then we see Melise fly over the woods. And look, we see parks in the middle of the forest, you know what I'm saying, almost looking very camouflaged. Like it was big old Vhagar and Aemond. And Aemond was like, I've been waiting for this ever since I killed Luke. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
had to
Mm-hmm.
and look, he also has much more control over Vhagar now. He was like, because Vhagar was ready to go. She was like, no, I'm ready
And
to
he
eat. And
said,
he said, hey,
And did you
not
see what
yet.
Vhagar did? It's like, hey, Vhagar, if Vhagar had hands, Vhagar would have been like,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like a very,
exactly.
yeah, like an impatient dog. You know what I'm saying? Just ready to go
Mm-hmm.
outside. No, sit and wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, Melee's running around, and then no, this is a pretty decent fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fighting. She burning stuff up, and then Vhagar,
Christian,
go ahead.
so before that, Christian Cole sounds it. All right. And they about to get ready to go. And Aegon looks, not, excuse me, Aemon looks up and was like, what the fuck? This idiot!
It's like, is
This
that
idiot!
Sunfire?
Is that Sunfire? It was like, you idiot! It's his brother coming in. Yeah! His brother is such, Aegon is such a moron and is so vain. He even has his crown on top of his helmet that he's got. And he's coming in. Yeah! And then Christian Cole looks up and they're like, what dragon is that? He said, Sunfire. He was like, ah! Christian Cole was like, yo, this dude is too, and so Christian Cole is and like, even so Aemond is like, all right, you got it, bro. Do your thing. Aemond just sits back and like, nope, we not going. We gonna let this dude play himself and look like an idiot.
Nah,
Look like an idiot out
because it
here.
was funny, right? Because Melee's essentially suckered on Sunfire in, and was like, and was really digging into Sunfire
Yo, you saw
Unt-
the claw, the
until
claws, right? Mainly,
until
So even before that, Christopher Cole knew what was about to happen. He tried to flip it and be like, "Men, your king is here to fight with
Yo,
us."
he was really on some really calling the troops together.
All
So
the
your
troops
king
together,
needs you.
and they were like, "Yeah." But in the meantime, Meleys sees that it's Aegon and Sunflower, and she's like, "Dinner time, let's go." Meleys dug their claws into Sunflower's chest so hard, and then even tore a wing, and I mean was washing. And the thing is, and I love even more still, is you see the size comparison because Meleys is still way bigger than Sunfire, and you hear like Aegon like like no and Sunfire is like it's kind of like a
help me.
help. And so and it kind of got away, and Meleys and Rhaenys and Rhaenys is like, yeah, we got this. Rashad.
So kind of got away a little bit. All of a sudden, to the east, I guess, you see Vhagar flying towards them. Yo, when I mean Aemond is just Daemon 20 years younger, this bastard says Dracarys and straight up burns his little brother in Sunfire.
He burns Rhaenys and Meleys, but also at the same, because they're tangled up with his brother, the king, he burns them too. And this is the funny part, because remember when because Aegon saw Vhagar coming and was like, yes, yes, yes. What the?
He was like, bro, why you burning me?
Bro,
you didn't give me a chance to get out of the way. He was like, nah, Dracarys, Vhagar. Yo, so like,
yeah.
And the funny thing is too, he got all that armor on, right? He was getting cooked in the armor.
Yeah.
He's got straight cooked.
That's not stupid.
Yeah,
because you saw Rhaenys, she didn't have a whole lot of armor on, and of course, Aemond, he really just has like the super thick leather jacket, you know what I'm saying, Sea Dream leather jacket on out there, jank, man, for real. So throwback.
Man got the butter leathers, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The butter leathers, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this about Rhaenys and Meleys. They ain't going. She was holding her own. They like class. She ended up kind of doing like a barrel roll type thing. She was on the bottom.
Yeah, did it? Yeah, because straight grabbed Vhagar straight grabbed Meleys, and Meleys is like yo, and then it just looked at the barrel roll. He like Vhagar hits the ground, and Meleys gets away, and she's flying. She's like, ooh, girl. Gather myself. She's like, all right, Joe, I think we did enough for the day. So they're flying. They're trying to gather themselves to fly back across the water. Daggone Vhagar, yo. Vhagar did his best daggone Godzilla, yo, because he is on the ground. I mean, she's on the ground trying to trying to gather up some speeds to fly again. And it's just crushing people, yo. Like the concussive blast of Vhagar just hitting the ground straight up knocks Cole out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in the process, Cole is on the ground, Troops is dead.
Meleys finished off looked like what we did, finish off Sunfire. And you saw Sunfire just falling with the Kings. But boom! And like I said, Christian Cole is knocked out. Half of their troops are like spread out and been killed by Vhagar or whatever. And Meleys is about to bounce, and with Rhaenys, and Rhaenys is like, "No, we got her down.
Yeah,
let's try to finish this off." So she turns around and says, "Fight, Meleys.
Attack Meleys.
Attack Meleys." And they go back at it. They having a little scuffle, and she got the best of Vhagar again because I think it's a little faster. And then she say, "Yep, that's it. All right, let's go ahead and go." And once again, Vagar does the Vagar finisher. The from the bottom on up and
I was like,
attaches.
yo, I said, I hope this bastard ain't hiding behind the castle, yo.
Same
I
thing I
said, oh
said, but
my
I knew
God,
it.
yo. I said, I know that bastard's
And
behind the castle.
bit into Maylisa's neck and just
Straight pit
basically
bull.
squeezed
Straight pit bull.
Pitbull. And man, I don't know about you, but it was a little emotional for me when Maylise kind of turned around and looked at Rhaenys. It
Like, yo,
kind of
that's all
like
I
a
got, yo.
like it was kind of like, I'm sorry, yo. I thought,
I thought
hey,
I wanted to go home too.
I want to go home, and you just saw the life leave Maylisa's eyes, and she started crashing down, and Rhaenys just spread,
She,
father
she,
spread
she,
my arms,
yeah.
and she just
Oh my God. She
father,
just, she just gave up the ghost, yo. It was like,
yeah,
no, no,
what I'm saying?
another small thing of that, like, it's crazy, but I do love how, like,
What's that?
when the dragons hit the ground, it's like an actual explosion. Like,
Yes, yes, it's like the flames or whatever that's in them that cause it basically does like an explosion type thing, and that's what happened with Maylis crashes into the castle, and it fades to black. And I said, "Oh, they're gonna end the episode like that." But then we come up to where Christian Cole, oh my god, oh my god,
where's the
he's trying to
king?
catch his breath, and he's looking around, and he sees that Maylis has crashed into the castle, and you see that some of the army is like, "Hey, go to the breach wall," and then he's looking like, "Yo, where the hell the king at?" And so,
Where Aegon,
oh
yo?
my god,
So he turns
Aegon. So
around and sees Aegon
he
like in the
walks.
woods.
Did you see
Yeah.
him walking up that steep hill he had to go up,
Yeah.
to
Well,
get
all
into
that
the
armor
woods?
on. He's like, oh my God.
Right. And he walks up to Aemond, getting ready to finish off his brother. And he's like, Aemond. Aemond's like, oh. he's like, he's like, hey
Hey,
man.
what's up, Cole?
He said, I ain't do nothing. He was like, yo, where your brother at? And he's just like, he over there. And you see Sunfire. Sunfire is in pain, wing jacked up, stomach all scratched and scarred up. And then you just see Aegon laying there prone, smoldering and stuff or whatever. And that is the end of the episode.
Yeah, and
And
don't forget, Aemon picks up the cat's paw dagger. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
he did pick up the cat's paw dagger. My biggest observation of this episode for me is, first of all, I think the Greens basically won the battle because
oh yeah, for
the
sure.
the Greens won the battle because they were able, they really wanted to set the trap for Rhaenyra, but she didn't go. But they took out someone who had, for what I'm saying, who was a rider of the next biggest dragon after, what I'm saying, Vagar, and
Aegon.
someone who is somebody
Probably the most
who has
experienced
the
fighter. Yeah.
right, the most experienced dragon rider, probably next to Daemon or whatever like that. I think they won the battle. So the Greens right now are up. Right now, also too, Aemon and Daemon are the same person.
What I say.
They are the same person. They are the second they are the second sons that both feel that they should have been king of Westeros for, what I'm saying, for whatever reason. And they are they both have done things to try to not necessarily usurp, but to put themselves next
Influence.
in
Yeah.
line, influence and put themselves next in line to be on the throne. Because realistically, now that Aegon's son Jaehaerys got his head cut off, and we saw what happened. Jaehaerys not next in line.
Uh-uh.
It's Aemon that's next
Yeah.
in line to sit on the you know what I'm saying to sit on the throne. And then too, you got Daemon in the Riverlands trying to create his own little army calling people, telling, hey, call me Grace and your Grace and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see, like the collision course is coming. Daemon versus Aemond.
And that
it's
probably
coming.
it probably won't come to like season 3 or 4 too. Like I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen this season. I'll be surprised if it does, and because I don't think they want to do it yet because Matt Smith is probably the biggest star that is on. You know, saying that
it's
is on this. So
way too
way too
early
early
to
for.
like I was sad that Rhaenys had to die so early,
Yeah.
but I get it.
Shout out.
Like narratively,
Yeah.
like it makes total sense.
Hmm. Yes, and shout out to Eve Best. You gave us a season and a half of playing a great character. I think a character that both you and me both liked. I say she's my second favorite character on the show. They say she was the queen that never was. To me, she was the queen that should have been.
Yeah.
Because she is the queen that should have been. And rest in peace to Rhaenys Targaryen. Eve Best, once again, thank you for the performance that you gave in her stead. I'm
Great.
interested to see what consequences are going to come from this, because it's a lot of things that's going to come from this. You got number one, Corlys. We know how much he loved her. Is he going to spiral? Is he going to switch sides? Is he going to blame Rhaenyra for this? Also look at the granddaughters. Well, Rhaena's already gone, but Baela, she grew up, she fostered with Rhaenys
that
at
was
Drift.
basically her mom. So yeah, it's gonna
You
be
know
a
what I'm saying?
lot of, and plus the who's gonna be the voice of reason now, because that's who
Also,
she
also
was.
too, also too, I think I told you this. Daemon is going to lose his ish when he finds out what happened to, because he really did respect her as his
Yeah.
oldest. That's his older cousin. He really did respect her and understood her. And like I said, the parallels between those two is that they were both the dragon riders of each other's parents' dragon after their parents passed away, because Daemon is the rider of Caraxes. Caraxes used to belong to Rhaenys' father, and Rhaenys was the rider of Meleys, and Meleys used to belong to Daemon's mother, if I'm not mistaken. So they have a kindred, and that when he finds out what happened, I think he's going to. I think of course, Corlys is going to lose it, but I think he's really going to lose it or whatever. So
Yeah, so it's gonna be a
yeah.
fun time watching everybody everybody crash out. But that's all we got for this one,
One more
man.
thing, we got to do it, man.
Oh,
MVP of the
MVP the
episode.
episode? Who you got?
I want to say Rhaenys because she just went out like a G, but for real, MVP of the episode is Aemond.
Yeah, me too. MVP is definitively
Aemond.
Aemon. Told them bastards,
Mm-hmm.
we don't care about the Harrenhal. We taking Rick's room. We gonna control the whole coastline, and this is how we gonna win, little bro. Brush up on your Valerian. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it for this one.
That's the no, no, no. That's the thing. Aemond is the little brother.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he big he Aemond the little brother, big brother, and his older ridiculous.
That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Yeah, he straight body Aegon and almost killed that man
Yeah.
with Cole. But yeah, so with that being said, this is it for this one, man. We appreciate y'all. Join us Wednesday, episode 7 of The Acolyte. Hopefully something happens.
That's the penultimate episode, ain't it? Mm-hmm.
Sure is. Hopefully we get some actual action in that episode. But yeah, and then of course
maybe get some more sexy Sith. Let me stop.
Sexual seduction. So we're gonna get that, and then of course next Monday, 7 p.m. Everything goes right. Probably a little late on this one. So either way, we will see you guys, and man, I hope you have a great week and all the good stuff. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.